Hello everybody, so today we are just off to do a bit of baling. So this is actually take 2 of baling. I started 2 days ago, got a little bit done, and we had a bearing go on one of the rollers on the baler, so had to mend that. We'll go into that in a bit more in a minute. What we're doing today, we're doing something, we'll pretend I haven't started yet. We're going to do something I've never done before, something we've never done. We are going to be baling some bean haulm or bean straw. Peas and beans, you get haulm on it rather than straw. Whether that's just a legume thing, I don't know. I've not run the man over. Yeah, so we're going to bale some bean straw. Normally we bale some rape from a neighbour. We're actually driving past a field of freshly drilled oilseed rape here for next year's harvest. But this year he didn't grow any rape, so we couldn't have any rape straw. But what he said instead was, I've got these beans, do you want to try baling some of that? So he said, we'll give it a go. You know, don't know what it's going to be like, don't know what it's going to yield like, don't know what it's going to be like as bedding. But unless you give these things a go, we're never going to find out. So that's today's little job. So we're just getting there now, we'll get out in a minute, we'll take a look at the what we're actually going to do and get back to what we started 2 days ago. Right, so here we are now in our bean field, as you can see. We've done the headland and we've got 6 swaths left in this 10-acre field. So what we'll do, we've just got to put the wheels on the baler first. Take the pickup lock off. So, like I said, I started this 2 days ago. The plan was to start filming as soon as we got in the field, so that, you know, this was my first time baling this stuff, and I would actually have my first impressions of the crop, you know, on film, because it just seemed like a good thing to do. But I was having camera issues when I started. So the camera was charged the day before, but it decided to be flat. So there is no footage of the first bit of baling, and there is no footage of the repair because I had a flat battery. Anyway, the bearing that went was up in here somewhere. So that's all fixed now. That got fixed yesterday. So we're coming to have another go. But right, here is our swath. This is what we're baling. So this is combined winter beans. So, and as luck would have it, look, just for filming purposes, some has been left for us to look at. So this is what gets harvested. Basically it's just stalk and pods. That's what we're baling. There is no leaves. The leaves drop off as part of the ripening process. So just get stalk and pods. Here is the pods with the beans inside. So basically all the combine got to do, split the pods open and blow the chaff and the straw out the back. Now, it's quite a simple crop to thresh, I think. I've not seen beans being cut, but I think you can fairly get on, you know, with your combine, from what I understand. So here is beans, and here's our stalk. And also what's left are the pods. So this is what the combine has split the pods open. So the combine has split open the pods, took the beans out, and that just spat it out the back. So when originally, part of my hope for this video was to kind of discover the yield, or, you know, in bales per acre wise. So like I said, we have done probably half of this 10 acres, and so far we've got 23 bales. So what do we get to the end of this field? We've got this 10-acre one and a 6 and a 4 over that way, so 20 acres altogether, and we will see how many bales to the acre we get. So if you want to put a comment in the comment section now, what you reckon it's going to be, or if you've baled this stuff before, and then when we finish the video we will actually work out the bales to the acre of bean straw. So here we go, on the move now. You can see the swath. It's not easy to see. It's all the same colour as the stubble. And not... Because it's not a massive swath, it's not like a big pile you can see easily. It does kind of disappear. And it's surprising. A little bit weedy here, so it's not gonna yield so well. But I'm actually very surprised how little distance you have to travel to fill a bale. When we bale rape straw, it's always deceiving. When you see a swath, you think there isn't a lot there, but when you actually come to bale it, you don't go so far to get a bale as you were expecting, and this has turned out to be just the same. And when we get on the next run, hopefully there's not a weed patch, and the bale will fill up a lot quicker. I'm running on about two and a bit bales per run on this 10 acres. So what I will do when we get to the end of this field, I will jump out and check the bale counter. But I'm not telling you lot until we're at the end of the video. So put your comment in. So here you can see ahead of us how many bales we've done. A much nicer swath now. Hopefully a bit of an indication of how much is going in a bale. We won't go too much farther to get filled the next one. But it's some pretty dusty stuff. That's one of the things we didn't know what it was going to be. Was it dusty? Yes, it is fairly dusty. But it's nice stuff to bale actually. It's quick. It's not, you know, we can get on fairly well. It's quite stringy, and it just flies up the pickup into the baler. And it makes some nice bales, seems to be. So the first beat we get is when we're up to pressure, and then the wrap feeds in after a preset time, so we don't have to feed the wrap in, we just stop. And then the second little beat, at the quarter one, is that's when the bale is pressing on the ramp at the back. As it rolls down the ramp pops up, and when the ramp is down it's beeping, and when the beeping stops we know the bale is clear of the door. We can shut the door without worry of the bale being in the way. So that's what the two beats do. So that's our 2 and a bit bales to the swath, so it's pretty even across the field. So here we have a bale. Funny looking things, very dark. I guess if you didn't really know what they were and you saw a trailer load of these go along the road, you would think it was some pretty horrible looking stuff. So I guess only time will tell if we're doing the right thing baling this, giving it a go. You know, unless you try, you never find these things out. So yes, there we go. So if you've used bean haulm in the past, bean straw, let us know. Is it any good or is it a load of rubbish? Are we wasting our time? Can anybody see where we're supposed to be driving? That's a tricky old swath to find. It's a good job we can... Oh. Good job we can see the combine tracks. Can't imagine this would be much fun in the dark. Right, so we're out into the final field now, 6 acres here. Been once around headland and we've run out of net rock. So, got to change the roll. I'll have a quick look at what the bale count's doing. But you're not knowing, you're not finding out until we finish, because you're all guessing the bales per acre. Oh, ooh. And we're not finished yet. Right, so we've already got probably half the amount of wrap on we need out of that roll. So I'll reset the knife just to make sure we get enough on. Right, let's push it up. Push the new one up the ramp. There's a Ford! Bale trailer on. Right, let's back to work. That's enough tractor spotting, let's get back and do some work. Oh, he's bouncing and rattling. It's dusty, isn't it? Because I want this to start wrap catch straight away, I'll push it well in onto the rollers. Hopefully it should take it in. Leave a bit of slack just to help it along the way. Right, make sure that goes in. Oh, it's taking it. There we go, let's carry back on. Okay, so here we go, we are finished. Let's have a look around, look at the bales. So the big question is, how many did we get? So the figure that is on the clock will be one more than the actual total we've got, because we had to open the door while we were fixing the bearing. So we take one off of the figure on the clock and divide it by 20. That will be our bales per acre. And all of those of you that guessed correctly, that you don't win anything, because there is no prizes. You purely get the satisfaction of taking part. And you know what they say? It's not the taking part, it's the winning. No, they don't say that. It's not the winning that counts, it's the taking part. So here we go. Grand total of, it says 84, so that's 83. So 83 divided by 20 is 4.15 bales to the acre. Now actually these second two fields were heavier than the first, because the first 10 acres there's 36 bales. So 3.6 bales to that off the 3.6 bales per acre on the first field, and then we ended up with just over 4 as a total. So these two smaller fields must have been a little bit heavier. So let's have a quick look at a bale. So here you can see we've got our pods. So the inside of a bean pod is little tiny fine hairs, very soft. I'm guessing quite absorbent. We will see in the winter. And obviously we just got all our stems. So there we go. That is our crop for this year. 83 bales. So what we normally do with rape straw, regular followers will know, when we clean out a loose yard, we put the rape straw in the bottom. It keeps it a little bit open, helps it drain a little bit. And we do occasionally blow in a bale with the straw blower onto the beds. So this will be treated in exactly the same way. We will put it in the bottom of a clean, newly clean shed, and I guess just to see what happens, we will try a few through the straw blower, just to see how it works. With rape straw, we can't use it day after day after day to build up a bed. It's just not dry enough, and I'm guessing this will be the same. So it will just be an occasional use on top of the wheat, and you know, like I said, as a base starter bed. So that'll do. Right, we will just put our pods here. Look. Next baling job will be silage, final silage cut. So we'll have some bean pods. This is just pretty much just pods that has fell here. So we'll have some bean pods in our first bale of silage. But I guess there's some feed value in it, isn't there? Probably not a great deal, but there we go. Right. So that'll do. Just got to put my wheels back on the transport thingy. Go home. So all it leaves me to do is say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to do the old subscribe thing, leave us a comment and do the thumbs up on the video. So I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.